It's Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, hello and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show. And thank you for giving me another opportunity to empower you and to enlighten you with some good information, to inspire you, to get you going. So thank you for giving me, again, an hour to be a part of your life. And I appreciate you. I want you to do me a favor while I'm talking during the introduction. If you would be so kind to go ahead and text or email or share this video, share this broadcast. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, go ahead and share it so we can get others on. Today is going to be very informational and empowering for you, because there are other alternatives in life than a 4-year university. We're going to get some great understanding about that. And if you have any questions, you could put them in the chat, and we'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So everything you want to accomplish is possible. First, Philippians 4:13 said, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me." I am a believer of that. With planning and preparation and dreaming and imagining, you can do a whole lot of things. And today we get to give you another alternative to those things. I'm really excited about giving you another look at how you can accomplish your goal, or how you can reach it, and perhaps reach it even faster. So, but this is the thing you got to do now. You got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. And that's Real Talk. Y'all know who I am. I am Dr. Judy, the host of this amazing and impactful show. And to all of you again, thank you so very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Whether you're on by radio, Facebook Live, YouTube, the radio app, I am honored that you chose to be on. So go ahead, tag, share, and do all of the necessary things to get other on, while I say hello to my mama. Hello, Mama. I want to thank you again. My mother's in Fort Lauderdale, and as always, I speak to her before I come on the show so she can give me a little bit of inspiration and ask me what my show is about. And she said, "You do good." She always do a good job, Judy. So I want to thank you so very much, Mama, for always being my trusted advisor and mentor. Even growing up, when they asked me who was my hero, it was always my mom. It was always my mother. Ever since I can remember, age 5, it was always my mother. And to Priscilla John Lewis, the production team, I want to thank you, Priscilla, the marketing director. Thank you, Priscilla, for all that you do to make this show seen in excellence. I want to thank you, so seen and heard in excellence. Thank you so very much for all that you do. And we're taking care of your mom, working a full-time job, doing the things for your children, your girls, and the church. I want to say thank you so very much. Today, to my amazing husband, I would not end in that introduction, Ms. BJ, without saying that.
That would not be good.
That would not be good. To my amazing husband, in the Gerald Mandrell, absolutely love you, sweetheart. Thank you so very much for all that you do, all of your encouragement and support. And I tell you, I am so much better because I have a husband like you. And I believe that if we wait, God will give us the right spouse who will help us be what we will need to be, who will complement our dreams and aspiration and help pick us up when we're down. So, sweetheart, I want to thank you for doing all those things for me and just been an amazing husband for 44 years. 44 years. I want to thank you so very much. Today, my special guest is an awesome, awesome woman, doing amazing things, and she's going to help us today, give us some enlightenment of some other alternative and why those things are necessary, or it could really help. It could be another route for you. And so I want to bring on the show. Y'all see her, the beautiful Miss BJ Van Camp, who is the director of the Lively Technical College. Lively Technical College. BJ, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have it, and you come with great recommendations.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, Brittany said you got to have her so you can help enlighten our community, because people don't know what they don't know, right?
They don't.
And sometimes they get stuck because they don't have any other alternative, or they don't know any, or they may think a little less of programs or alternative that's really beneficial. So BJ, before we get any, hello sweetheart, hello Stephanie, so glad to have you. So at this time, y'all, I'm going to ask Ms. BJ, would you introduce yourself to the audience? Some know you and some do not, and I want them to know a little bit of background about you.
Sure, absolutely. Hey, good afternoon. I'm BJ Van Camp. Like Miss Judy said, I'm the director of Lively Technical College, but I'm here representing the Lively family, and I'm the lucky person that gets to tell our story. But it's really the story of the instructors and what they do every single day for students in their classroom. They serve our community, all walks, all ages of our community. And it's really, really a blessing to have a school like this in Tallahassee. And to your point, Lively has been one of the best kept secrets in Tallahassee, because the people who know about it know about it, right? And it is, my job and our job. So thank you for this opportunity to make sure that everyone knows about it. Because whether you are a parent, I have 2 boys in our public school system who are going to be figuring out what their next steps are in the near future. If you are a person, that's done a career but is looking for something new, wants something different, Lively has a place for you. If you're that senior who is about to graduate in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and you're asked that question, well, what's next? What's next?
Right.
Well, if you don't have an answer to that question, then come to Lively Technical College, 500 Appleyard Drive. Take a tour, because we have to have an answer to that. Yes. Whether we're a parent, whether we're a student, whether we're an adult trying to figure out our next steps. The resource is Lively Technical College.
Wow, and that's what we want. We want people. That question is important. So what's next? Now what? And I've run into so many, even adults, who still, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know, but they're good at things.
Yes.
They're good at things. And as Brittany was informing me even more, I thought about it, BJ. Are you from Tallahassee?
I feel like I am now. I've lived here longer than I've lived anywhere else. So,
yeah.
But not born here, but lived here for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. Because I'm from Fort Lauderdale. I keep telling everybody I'm from Fort Lauderdale. I left Fort Lauderdale at age 18.
Yeah.
I've been in Tallahassee ever since. But I still sound from Fort Lauderdale, because I like Fort Lauderdale a little better than Tallahassee.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Well, Tallahassee's grown on me. I'm from right outside of Tampa, a little Spring Hill area. And so Tallahassee just is unique, and it offers so many different things. So my husband's born and raised in Tallahassee. Okay. My boys are born and raised in Tallahassee. So it kind of grows on you a little bit.
I like Tallahassee. I do. I like the uniqueness of it.
Yes.
But I love Fort Lauderdale. I mean, probably because there's more things to do.
Bigger city.
Bigger city. That's probably why. My husband's from Live Oak.
Oh, so Tallahassee's big city to him.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, like 11th and 12th grade, they had vocational training, vocational classes, and I took law enforcement, as a matter of fact. And at that point I was thinking being a law officer, police officer. I changed my mind after we had to see a live autopsy.
Oh yeah.
And I changed my mind. I said, I cannot. And my hats off. I applaud the men and women who serve us in that capacity, because that devastated me. That's, having to watch them cut the skull off and cut them open. That I couldn't do that. I just couldn't imagine going on. We had to go on a scene where a murder had happened, and I couldn't do that. But I remember being in that vocational class, that option in high school. I don't know if they still have it.
They do.
They do? Okay, but we had it. But what deterred me from even seeking vocational anything, because it was given to us, like, if you didn't go to a 4-year university, you didn't go to college, that you would sell yourself short. So it was like the vocational and technical school was so much less than the 4-year university. Would you elaborate on that a little bit?
I sure will. I'd love to. And I want to start by saying times have changed, and thankfully so. Career and technical education is experiencing a revival for many reasons. A big part of it is because back in the day, it really was considered for them or for those, maybe not for us. When I went to high school, nobody talked to me about those pathways and those opportunities for growth. But, I was a nerdy girl. Like, I, from yay high, knew I was always going to be a teacher. Didn't know what I was going to teach, but I knew that was my path. I have a brother who is a year and a day younger than I am, who didn't know exactly what he wanted to do, but he was great at tearing things apart. He would get that remote control car at Christmas, tear it apart, get in trouble, and then put it back together, and his would run better than any of his friends in the neighborhood. But when he went to school, nobody talked to him about that giftedness. And I think that's one of the things we really have to stop and consider. There are many different ways to show giftedness, to show intelligence, to show your intellect. It is not just for those who read well and write well. And that is, I think, the biggest thing we have to talk to people about, talk to our guidance counselors about, and parents, recognize that if you have a child that loves to tinker, that loves to take things apart and put it back together, that's a giftedness, and have them explore that. And that's why here in Leon County schools and in our local high schools in the region, Lively has career dual enrollment programs to ensure that those students have access and have an opportunity to figure out not only what they're good at and have that be applauded and have that be developed, but to also learn about the different careers that are available, in a particular industry. So I'll talk about the transportation, distribution, and logistics, which is a lot of words that talk about an industry. Well, if someone wants to get into an automobile industry, there's a pathway for that. Working on heavy trucks and equipment, there's a pathway for that. And I think these are just conversations that need to be had, because I would hate for a student, a young boy or a young girl, to have the experience that my brother did and not feel that he had somewhere to go or to be valued for his giftedness, because we didn't have a Lively Technical College where I grew up. So he took a very different path than I did. But I just recognize that everyone has a giftedness and it needs to be explored.
I agree with you. And I was just thinking as you were talking, Ms. BJ, is maybe some of the problems that the children are experiencing in school is because their talent or their creativity, for lack of a better word, or what they really interested in is not being tapped into.
I 100% agree with that. And that's why I love the title of today's talk show, hands-on,
Yes.
because that is really what makes a technical education stand apart.
Okay.
And we can talk about this generation all day. I got two living in my house with me right now, and what I really recognize is they can get turned on and turned off by the opportunity to really engage. So when my youngest son, you put a puzzle in front of him, he wants to figure it out. He doesn't want to be told how. And I think that's one of the benefits of a career in technical education. Now, mind you, there's book work, right? Like there's some foundational knowledge, because we got to give you just enough.
Right.
But we release our students out into that lab environment. We want them to figure out the problem. That's what being a technician is all about. When you call somebody to look at your AC, because that month is coming, our HVAC companies are going to start getting overwhelmed. I can't tell that technician what it is. I can say it doesn't work.
Right.
He's got to get out there, or she's got to get out there to figure it out. And I think that when we give the opportunities for students to ask the questions to figure it out, they get turned on. It's an experiment, it's a puzzle, and that's what they get to experience in a career and technical program that they might not always get to experience in a traditional academic environment, where sometimes we're told what to read, how to make our answer look, and really kind of what I'm looking for, that means it's the right answer. There are so many different opportunities to explore and to figure it out for themselves. So I think having that tapped into is key to students, adults too.
Yeah, I know. So we have a lot of adults who are not doing anything.
Yeah.
But if they put their hand on something, they didn't go to school for it, but they know how to do it. They can figure it out. They can make it work.
Yes.
And if they can, and that's one of the reasons why I really want to bring you on, because we want to give the knowledge and the understanding and let people know the other opportunities that you have. Some people don't want to go to college.
No.
I mean, not a 4-year college.
Yeah, and I think oftentimes it's that time factor. Especially if I'm a younger person. I've just been in school for 13 years.
True.
And it's, they can't be done with it, but they feel like they're done with it. Often our program, one of the biggest draws is you can have a career in a year or less. So almost all of our programs, you can achieve that credential. You can get your college certificate within a year. And so if it's something you want to do for right now, or if it's something you want to do forever, just come. It's a skill that you're going to have forever. Whether you're in the AST or the automotive program and you learn how to fix your car, and then your mama's car, and then your auntie's car, and then your brother's car. Doesn't that pay it forward? Yes. But then you can also have a career doing that if you choose to do that. Most of our students start on one pathway. They start building the knowledge. They get in there, then we help them get a job, because that's what we hold ourselves accountable for. Not giving you a piece of paper and you walk across the stage. It's getting you a job, putting you in a place where you can start your career for yourself and for your family. Because sometimes life is lifing for our students. Yes. And so we have to make it accessible. Time and tuition are both factors in that. But at the end, we are doing everything to get them into their chosen profession, into their chosen career through the networks and the people that our instructors know, because they come from that. They are coming with 30 years of experience in most cases, so they know people.
Yes.
And so it's not after they get done, bye, good luck, I hope you find your way. No, we're going to hold your hand every step. But then we have our students come back, they stay in touch. I started my business, me and so came in together, and now we're earning. I saw a text from a past student to our HVAC instructor. He just cleared $1 million with his business. That didn't happen overnight, but it started at Lively.
Wow.
And then he consistently worked at it. He had a goal. And so, sometimes money is the draw, but I really look at it, it's a way to serve with your gift. Now, making money is great.
Yes,
Taking care of your family is something we all want to do too. But it's gotta start with something that you enjoy doing. Because if it's not, you're not going to do it every day.
That's true. That's true. I love that. So, and you all help them walk through all of that once they come and tour the campus. And what type of programs do you offer?
Oh my goodness!
I
say we have everything from cosmetology to construction. So there are 30 different programs. So if you don't know the answer to the what's next for you question, there's a right fit for you at Lively. So we have health sciences, we have the technician, perspective with the diesel, with the automotive. We have construction that covers everything from plumbing all the way to building, commercial. Buildings, housing. I was just on a job site, so thank you to Culpeper Construction and Weston Trawick for letting our electricity students come out and be on a commercial job site, the senior center down in Milani. And so our students got to go and walk it before anybody else and see what is happening in the walls and up in the roof. And so there's a fit. There is a fit. Just come out to Lively and we'll help you find it by talking to the instructors, by touring the facilities, by just talking to you. There's a premium on just come on in, sit a spell, tell me what you like, tell me what your dream and goal is. Because like I said, time is sometimes a factor for our students. So sometimes we talk about here are programs that you can be done in 3 months and you can be out there earning this wage. Or you can stick with us for a year. Our aviation program, we have a hangar over by the Tallahassee International Airport, and so we have students and watch the school board, and you'll see Rutledge Fuller, our lead instructor, because he is going to share success stories. But we had a 19-year-old graduated high school. He was in our program, graduated our program in July, is making $90,000. He's a baby. He's a baby making $90,000. But that's what I need people to understand. So if you want to go to a 4-year university, do it.
Right.
That was my path. That's what I needed to do to be a teacher. But that's not the only path. And that's really what I just want people to know and explore. Come out and visit us.
Yeah, and that was the other reason why I really wanted you on here to talk about it, because I wanted to open up people's eyes to the other pathways, to other opportunities.
In their minds.
And it has to, you got to expand. You're not just stuck right this one avenue. We have a little girl at our daycare. She's 3. And I bought her, she's 3. So I bought her the 3-year-old puzzle. Yeah. The 3, and she took it apart, and I was going to help. She said, no, I don't need help. I can do it by myself. Yeah. She put that puzzle together. So I said, let me get her a puzzle that's older. For older.
Like a 500 piece.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to get her next, so I can keep her focused.
Yes.
But she is so smart, and she can put it together so quickly. She looks at the box, she spread the puzzles apart, then she put them together.
Yes.
I don't know what she's going to be, but she is good.
Yeah.
She is so good. Another little girl tells stories like, she tells stories. I'm like, really? She said yes. And then the mommy was over here, but what she did, she cooked dinner, and then she did this. And after we woke up, we did, and she's like, do you know we're going to Hawaii? I'm like, really? I'm like, when? She said, I think it's this summer. I asked her mom, she said, honey, no. But if all of this can be channeled now, by the time they get, it's no telling.
The sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit. And parents, you got to understand this, even for yourself. You have some parents who are just stuck and they don't believe anything. No, today we want to bust your head open and get it to expand so you can see you still have so much potential.
Yes. And I think the big thing, and you alluded to it a minute ago, there was a day when vocational education was a pathway that maybe wasn't as challenging or didn't have as many opportunities. It was for people who were going to be at an entry level of a career, and that might be where they were going to stay. Now, what we do at Lively is career and technical education. So let me tell you, a piece of the puzzle is finding out what you're good at, and a piece of a puzzle is being interested in doing something with what you're good at. And so we have students who are an adult, like the wide range, male, female, young, old, and everything in between, that are down in our pipe fitting, our industrial pipe fitting program, that may have been A, B, C, or not students, in high school whenever they went. They are down there figuring out trigonometry to figure out the angles and how to design something. You can't tell me that that's not intelligence and intellect, but you got to have the right motivation. You have to have that right puzzle that you want to solve with it. In the same way, we have our health science instructors, and I didn't mean instructors, our students that are learning to be registered nurses. That's our newest program that we're opening in July.
So you all open up registered nurses?
Yes. So it is our PN to RN program. And we have people coming from Georgia. We had our open house last week. They're driving from Georgia, to get into this program because there's such a need, but that's what they want to do. So they're going to study, because I go to these penning ceremonies, and our students are like, I survived it. I didn't know if I was going to. It was a question because it's hard and it's challenging and it's a lot of information, and eventually you're holding somebody's life in your hand. So that's a lot of pressure. You got to get that right the first time and then every time after. And so it is not easy, but it's so doable when you find your right fit. And I think that's the piece that I really want parents to understand. It's not, there is a pathway for how to start and how to be promoted. So we have, students, adults or youngins that can come in, start as a patient care tech or start as a medical assistant in a doctor's office. It's a short program, maybe takes 6 months. You get out there, you're getting the experience, you're making the money, you're supporting yourself and your family. You come back, Lively then can give you the opportunity to become a licensed practical nurse within a year. So then you go back out, you make that new salary, you get that additional experience, and you're helping serve your community and doing what you love. Then you can come back and take that PN license and convert it into a registered nursing license. And then go back out there. And this is what makes Tallahassee so unique, is all of the different educational institutions here. So beyond RN, I can't help you at Lively, but I can hold your hand and help you go to that next institution, that next college or university that can, if that's what you want. If that's what you want to do. Like, the sky is the limit here. And I'm so thankful my kids get to grow up in this town, in this community that really does put a premium on education, because that's the ticket. That's the ticket.
And I love it because you can enhance, and we do. Tallahassee has a lot to offer.
Yes.
And what I love too is there are so many people here who want to help. So I'm sure your partnership, because you said that after they graduate or finish, well, let me go back to this, the hands-on, the hands-on, and I put that there because I wanted the hands on the future.
Yes.
Your hands-on future.
Yes.
It's so, here I am working, but right here I'm getting all of the hands-on now. And it's best to make a lot of the mistakes.
Absolutely.
While you're learning.
Yes. And it's all figuring out a puzzle. So, think about when you're putting together the puzzle or the little girl you were talking about. You don't know which piece fits where, but you try another piece and you try another piece and you try another piece. That's what training and experience does.
Yes.
And eventually you're going to get to the place, I've seen that puzzle. I know it's this piece. And then you just keep moving and you keep going and you keep building your clientele, you build your business. And that's really where our instructors, who are the unsung heroes of Lively, they are going to build that career with that student hand in hand. They're going to teach them the foundation. They're going to get them out to get some real world experience through the business partnerships and the networks that they have. And then they're going to continue to stay in touch with them. And when it's appropriate, come on back in. Let me teach you some more. Let me help you get to that next step. And that's where once you're part of the Lively family, because we just launched our mascot, once you're a Lively Titan, always a Lively Titan. And that was chosen with intentionality, because you hear Titans of Industry. That's one of those things people say in business. Well, we are building the local Titans of Industry, and you may not know their names yet, but you will. And I guarantee you've met a Lively Titan, because if you've had your car worked on, if you've had somebody come out and look at your plumbing, if you've had a phlebotomist pull some blood at a doctor's appointment, you have without a doubt met a Lively Titan, a Lively graduate. And so it's just part of the fabric of our community is having those services available to the people who live here. Because don't let my air go out, or my power, which it was out, Talquin Electric, for 2 hours on Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes. Yeah, I did not get all my laundry done on Saturday, but it's okay. But I'm calling somebody quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so that's why having a technical college, having people that understand the value of trades is so important in our community, because that's not my giftedness, is being able to do that. But I sure appreciate the people who I call who have that. And so that's just where I would love people just to come out, tour, get on our website, livelytech.com, and explore what there is to offer, because there is a point in everyone's journey that there may be an opportunity for change or growth, or I just want to switch gears. So I keep saying we have students, that are in high school, 16-year-olds, but we have students that are coming back for a second career that are 56 years old, and we just serve them all.
Wow. And you all, so the students can do dual enrollment, you said?
They can.
Okay.
So they can start a Lively program as early as 16. And our local high schools have some programs on their campus, but we have 30 total programs at Lively. I can't put 30 programs in every high school. They don't have the room for it. And so our main campus is open for the community, and that includes career dual enrollment students as well. And we are in that application process right now with our career dual enrollment counselor for our high schools, because they're picking their classes for next year.
Already?
Yes.
So listen, parents, students, everyone who will listen to this, here's another opportunity. We're opening your horizon today. We're getting you information that can get you to another step. Help you to dream, or maybe you're already dreaming and you feel like, I can't reach it. Go visit Miss BJ at Lively.
If you have a year or less, we got you. You can have a brand new career making an incredible wage in less than a year. So don't second guess. Don't put it off till tomorrow. Come out. We are in open enrollment right now, and seats fill up because we are first come, first serve institution. So when our seats are gone, then they're gone. So don't wait. Don't put that dream off. Don't put that idea off, because if you see it, that's when you can dream it, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
And if you come and look at the lab environments, that's where our classrooms are so different. It is hands-on. And so if I have to kind of paint the picture, there's book work. That's about 20-30% of the time.
Oh.
The rest is spent in a lab tinkering, pulling things apart and putting them back together. And if you visit our Facebook, start following us and you'll see examples of that throughout the year. And so I would just encourage, come find out more about it.
Yeah, please go find out more about it, because this is absolutely good. I think I read something. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. BJ. Was it thought of at one time putting you on with Leon County Schools, and Rocky Henner said no, that
So,
Lively need their own because they, how did that go?
oh, so I'm thankful to say that Lively Technical College is going to remain Lively Technical College at 500 Appleyard Drive as the technical college that serves our community by being part of Leon County Schools. That's why we can offer the career dual enrollment programs to our students. That's why, we can have the open door. We brought seniors from every high school onto our campus this year who were undeclared. They couldn't answer that what's next question, because again, I firmly believe if you can see it, you can dream it.
Yes.
And so making those future goals, picturing yourself in your future career. And so because we are all under the same umbrella, it promotes the access for that. My neighbor is Regina Browning, right next door with adult and community education.
Right.
We are a pathway for her students. Go get your high school diploma, come over, learn a trade.
I love it.
And start like a new stage of your life. Earn that wage where you can take care of yourself and your family. And that's really what we hold ourselves accountable for, is serving our community. That includes everyone in any zip code. We serve our 04 zip code with a diligence. We serve the region, Franklin County to Wakulla County, but we serve business and industry too. And that's why I say we hold ourselves accountable to ensuring that our students get jobs, because we work with our business and industry partners. We work with our HVAC companies, our local plumbing companies. We had ABC contractors on our campus doing a tour because we want to stay close and connected to what their needs are, because our job is to produce their future employees. And so you do that through building those relationships.
I love it. I absolutely love that. And I love that phrase, that part that you just said. Our job, we're building their future employees.
Yes, 100%.
Wow, I love it, because you're helping the community, you're helping the students, you're helping the employees. All of the stakeholders are being benefited by the students who come through Lively.
They're lively. Yeah.
Lively Titans.
The Titans.
The Titans.
Yes.
I like that.
Lively Tech Titans.
Lively Tech Titans.
Doesn't it have a good
They
ring?
have a good ring.
Yeah, it does.
Because remember the Titans. Y'all remember that movie? Remember the Titans. Because Titans don't lose. They continue. They persevere. They overcome. They're working. So what make you proud the most, I guess I can ask, of being the director of Lively Technical College?
So I've always been a teacher. And so I believe that teachers change lives. And I have had the real blessing of being able to work at every level. So I've worked at elementary school, I've worked at middle school, I've worked at high school, and now I'm working in post-secondary. And to really see at each stage what education does for a person, or what it can do if you miss out on it. And that is really the passion and my purpose, because every single day I see a light bulb get turned on. I see a future change. I see an opportunity get capitalized on. And that's the blessing. and just to, by extension, really experience that joy. We have our graduation coming up on May 28th. That is the most fun because at Lively Technical College, with the large range of students that we serve, I see students just starting their careers. They're just stepping out, and they're going to learn what real life is because they're going to be living in their own house, not their mama's house. So you see that potential. You see those wide eyes and that excitement. But on the other end of that spectrum, I see people who have struggled and who have overcome, who walk across that stage in a cap and gown, and they're doing it for their baby sitting out in that audience and proving to them you can do what you put your heart and mind to. And so don't doubt. Believe in yourself. You just have to find that right pathway. And like I said, if you don't know, we got 30 possibilities for you. And, with all of them being a year or less, we have students that have a game plan of, I'm going to take multiple programs because when I get out there, I want to know the whole business because they got plans and they are those future titans in our industry. In our community, they're going to be the ones leading the major companies that are starting right here in Tallahassee, because Tallahassee's on the brink of great things. We're already doing great things, but not everybody knows about us. That's changing. That's going to change in the very near future. I believe that.
I believe it. Excuse me. I believe it as well. Excuse me. We can have a lot of our students from, from the Lively Technical College, the Lively Tech Titans. Mm-hmm. As we looking at my husband, I was writing, and it seemed like so many areas are being built up. They're building here, they're building here, and I'm just listening to you. And when you said that some are taking multiple class, getting multiple
credentials and completing programs,
they're gonna make this city great.
Yes,
it really are. I can just, as you were talking, I can see buildings, hospitals, apartments, homes, and then they also having their own business. They got the people with the AC, they got the plumbing, the engineers that need to come in. Do you all do architect?
We don't do architect. We do all the ground level.
Y'all do the ground level. I'm gonna say, well, y'all get the engineers and the architects.
No, we work with the engineers and the architects. Like that's what our students do. They take somebody else's plan and turns it into the reality. They're the boots on the ground workers. Yeah. And that doesn't come cheap.
No.
Like there's a premium price on that. So, I'm talking to the moms selfishly. Because, and that's where, my son, obviously, thankfully, is showing a little bit of interest in the trades because before he just wanted to be a professional athlete. Honey, can we have a backup plan that puts you in a position where you can take care of me like I am taking care of you? And so when, we're talking, because you got to get down to brass tacks when you're talking to teenagers. I said, okay, let's out of all the people we know, who have the boats and the beach houses, honey? It is our people that are working in the trades. They are, the plumbers that we know, the contractors that we know. Like his mama, me, had to work real hard for a lot of years grading papers, to do what I do. And I'm thankful. It's a privilege to be an educator, and I would never change that. But I'm like, it would be nice to have a beach house and a boat too. And so, a piece of it that I'm trying to articulate is there's a pathway. It is hard work, but anything worth doing should be hard, right? Because you're investing in it, your heart and your soul. But the outcome, you get a lot of benefits of that, personal and professional, by having a career in the trades. That because it's not, and I love micro, and I probably shouldn't say this, but it's not all dirty jobs. Like commercial plumbing is all about making the plans, to your point. Where are the pipes going to be laid? Brand new equipment that you're installing. That's not dirty at all. And so it's just when you get the opportunity to see it, or you open your mind to ask the questions, the potential is there to find the just right fit for anyone. I firmly believe that.
I can feel your passion so much about education and people coming into their realization that, wow, I can do better. I can make my dream. I can see that. I can make it happen. And you're so passionately saying, come out to Lively and see, we got 30 opportunities for you. And so I really want to say, go out to Lively and see it. Go see, go make it. And if you don't know what's next, just go walk out there. Perhaps you'll walk into it.
Yes.
Perhaps you'll walk into it. Let me ask you this, because I know that you've had some moments where things wasn't as happy. Have you ever wanted to quit teaching?
Never.
Never?
Never.
On those
It's
moments,
a calling.
Yeah.
Just like what you mentioned when you were in law enforcement, that's a calling.
Yes.
You know, being a nurse is a calling. It's in your heart and it's in your soul. So now I'm not saying there weren't days that I didn't want to go home early or that I didn't pack it up and say, and tomorrow will be a new day. That's not what I'm saying, but I've never second guessed. And I never though thought that my path would put me as the director of Lively Technical College. But when I look back, because I had, somebody asked me this, well, how did you get here? And I said, I didn't know this is where I was going. But I come from a family of tradespeople. I was the odd duck. I was the one they would look at. Why are you doing that homework? Or why do you care about the research paper? Because I loved school. Yeah. And that's why I go to school every single day. But I was born and raised into a family of contractors who would build things with, my brother who could he did all my oil changes and fixed my car if it was making noises. I come from a family that had that background and that giftedness. And I think that's what makes me passionate, because I see that you have to find people and see what they're good at and really put them and help them find the path where they can use that to help themselves and to help their community.
I think that's why I'm into leadership. I think I've been gifted to do that. I think that's a call. I don't think that's a call.
It is.
And I love it with everything in me. I love helping people become the best leaders and everything that they can be, that I dream and eat it. And walking into their potential. And when talking with Brittany Jones, she was like, you got to have her, because it's going to open up the avenue for people to see what they have right here, the opportunity. And this is valuable.
Yes. Yeah, can I go back and talk about the boy at 19 who left Lively Technical College as a graduate making $90,000 a year?
Yes.
Yeah. And that
$90,000.
And he's special, but he's not the only special person. Wow. That could be anyone. And a big part of that is because our instructors have so much expertise. They come, this is their second career. They have come because they wanted to continue to give back to their industry. They wanted to continue to find purpose in their daily lives, and they're choosing to do that by preparing the next generation, by preparing the future to, serve us in this community. And so, and there's earning potential in every single program. And with enough time and experience, anyone could be making six figures in any trades. You just stick with it.
I'm going to come walk through Lively myself and see
what
my next trade can be. I'm going to walk through Lively, and then I'm going to come back on my own show.
Yes.
Say, I made the six figure.
And have a little bit of a side hustle. We have nails and facials and cosmetology. It's a premium to get an after hours plumber or an electrician. We can teach you how to do that too. And you will leave with a credential. You will leave with a skill that you can use for yourself, for your business, for your family.
Wow. Well, we're almost.
Oh, goodness.
I know it went fast.
It did.
It went fast. But I want you to talk about, just for a few minutes, go ahead and encourage the people. Because I really, y'all, this has been remarkable. The opportunity that's right here in Tallahassee. We don't have to go. You don't have to go anywhere. I know some people want to go somewhere, but you don't really have to. We have so much here in Tallahassee. Tallahassee is an ore mine, really. You can get so
Absolutely.
much here in Tallahassee, and the people don't mind helping. The majority of the people do not mind giving back. And did you just say that a lot of the teachers, this is their second career?
Yeah, because they've been in their industry for 20 to 35 years. So they know what they're doing and they know people. And so that's where it is. We're going to take you by the hand the first time you walk in the door.
Wow.
And get you down there in student services to sit there and talk to one of our program specialists, because so often people come in and they're not sure what they want to do. They know what they don't want to do.
Mhm.
And I always think about our health science students. I don't want to do this. I don't want to see blood. So, okay, well, there's still 6 other programs over here that give you the opportunity to do that. Or if it's one of the trades, really what do you love? What is the work environment? What is your skill? What is your hobby? What is your interest? And so from that very first time, we're building that relationship with the person and holding their hand and coaching them through. Because fortunately or unfortunately, life is life for people.
Right.
And, sometimes they come to Lively after different obstacles, after different barriers. Like I said, we have people that have been let go from a company that are like, what am I going to do now? Well, come back and you get the retraining, you get the upskilling, because that's going to give you your ticket to get back out there. And so, it starts with conversations and it starts with getting to know people. Then once you find the program, the instructors take over. They're teaching you what you need to know and the ins and the outs. And it isn't always easy, but they're going to make sure you show up every day. They're going to make sure you have what you need to be successful in that career. And then after you graduate, after you complete, they're holding your hand. Hey, here are all of these different companies that need somebody. Which one? Let me help you set up that interview. Let me give you that reference.
Wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. So Ms. BJ, take about 2 minutes, encourage them to come to you, and tell them how they could contact you and where they could come.
Sure. So if you're out there and you just don't know what's next, check us out on our webpage, livelytech.com. You're going to have a very quick overview of the 30 different programs that we offer. But don't stop there. At the bottom of the homepage, scroll all the way down, because there's a phone number and a name of a person that you can come who will tour you so that you can see all of our programs, or you can see the one program that you're really interested in exploring. You'll be able to see the classroom environment. You'll be able to meet the instructor. And then right now we make it easy. We'll hold your hand, but everything that you need to do is all available online. We're an open enrollment, so feel free to apply and start your new career that you can have in less than a year. And so don't hesitate, don't wait. This is something you've probably thought about many, many times. Just do something. Just do something. Come on out and visit Lively Tech.
Just do something. Just do something. Man, BJ, that is awesome. That is awesome. I mean, I've learned so much about Lively. I really didn't know, but now I know. We can push it. We can encourage it. Even at our church, our different programs that we have, we can really encourage it, because everybody can be successful in what you want to be successful in. And I just want to add, it's just going to take you putting in some effort. You're going to have to put in some work. You're not going to walk out there and start making $90,000, right? So go do it. Go make it happen. Go make it happen.
And Lively Tech is a place where higher learning is going to lead to higher earning. That's our tagline.
Wow.
And if you remember nothing else, but at Lively, the higher learning at Lively Technical College will lead to higher earning.
Wow, I like that. I like that. I like that. So let's go make it happen. Ms. BJ Van Camp, thank you so very much for being on today. Thank you for the information. Greatly appreciated. Very informative. I believe that, and not just students, adults, all of you, let's go from age 16 on up. Age 16 on up, we have an opportunity to even become better at what we're doing, go do another skill, go get the knowledge and information, go make yourself marketable. Go make yourself marketable. And I'm telling you, because you just for a call, they just come out. And they just come out. If it's on the weekend, it's $100 or $200 some dollars. That's on the weekend.
Yes.
After 5, same thing. And they could come and then they're going to tell you need just a little piece. And you get the little piece, and the labor is more than the little piece. Go figure. Lively Tech, higher learning, higher earning. That's what Ms. BJ Van Camp, the director of Lively Technical College. Thank you again for being on. Thank you, listeners, for being a part today. We greatly appreciate you. I want to remind you, every Tuesday you can join me at 7:30 for Bible study. Look at my son. He's teaching. But y'all come on out, 7:30. I like our Bible study because you get to ask questions. You're not just being talked to. You get to ask questions. If you don't understand some of the scripture, you don't understand some of the point. We have so many different perspectives, but come right on out there and join us every Tuesday. And then join us every Sunday. Join us every Sunday for our Sunday morning worship. Come be our guest. We greatly appreciate you all. We want to keep everybody in prayer who's going through so many different things. We have so many deaths, unexpected death. We have so many people in the hospital, so many families going through so many different things, y'all. Please, let's keep each other in prayer. We're strengthened by the love and prayer that we give to each other. I want to say this. Sometimes I don't know people on Facebook, but if they're putting on there, pray for me, my mom is in the hospital, or my dad passed, or this or that, I always just leave a prayer right on their page. A lot of times I don't know who they are, but I do know the pain and suffering. I know how that feels. So just take a moment and encourage one another. And let's keep each other in prayer, because today it may be their day. Tomorrow it may be your day. So let's encourage each other. No problem, right? I love y'all. That's Real Talk.
Real Talk with Judy on the radio.